U.S. reports 1,264 coronavirus deaths in over 24 hours. Meanwhile, in China, where the pandemic broke out, not a single new coronavirus death was reported.
We're talking about the same Communist Party that told us back on June 4th, 1989, that no one died in Tiananmen Square, when we later found out that about 10,000 people were sacrificed. The same Communist Party that told us that no one died after the Great Leap Forward famine, when in fact 42.5 million people died. So I don't know why anyone would take numbers out of China seriously.
What China did was lie to the entire world. If you look at that Southampton report, 95% of this would never happen had China been able to open up when President Trump wanted to send our scientists, our best doctors in to help contain it there. Or the World Health Organization in January saying that it wasn't contagious. That has become a real problem where thousands of people have died across the world because of China's lies.
China knew about the virus as early as mid-December. We know that for a period of about 5 to 6 weeks, they hid the dangers from the rest of the world, even as Chinese citizens were flying around the world, seeding the world with the virus.
If the Chinese had not lied and the World Health Organization had not lied, we would all have been 7 or 8 weeks faster, and we might have actually contained it in Wuhan.
When China lies and people die, there have to be consequences. What should those consequences be?
Well, there's one set of consequences already being put together. There's more than 50 pieces of legislation, Lou, that call for punishing China in various ways.
Criminal negligence of the leadership of the government of China, which knew about this for months, which knew how serious it was, which arrested the doctor who discovered it and revealed it because he had the temerity to tell the truth.
We know that on January 1st, they forced 8 doctors to recant their testimony that the virus was spreading, made them reject it and sign a statement saying it was not true. On January 14th, they told the world it did not go from human to human. One of the great lies and misstatements in history, I suppose.
The U.S. and the world are calling on China's government to permanently shut down its wet markets, the nation's sidewalk slaughterhouses where live animals are sold and killed on the spot.
I think they should shut down those things right away.
The United Kingdom has become the latest in a growing list of nations receiving faulty medical supplies from China. The UK, joining those nations, it bought 17.5 million antibody test kits for the Wuhan virus. The country's coordinator for public health testing says the tests are unreliable outside of patients who are severely ill. Now,
China has undertaken an effort over the last 15 years to sort of infiltrate and exert influence over international organizations at the UN and, of course, the World Health Organization. And what you saw early on in this pandemic is they went to China and came out saying that China's doing a great job, that everything they're saying is true, and then condemning not just the U.S., but also condemning any country that considered bans on travel from or to China.
Why was the health wing of the United Nations spewing what ended up being nonstop Chinese propaganda in what were the critical early months of COVID-19? The WHO's Director General, quote, turned a blind eye to what happened in Wuhan province and the rest of China after meeting with President Xi in January.